Hi there and welcome back. I'm Joe Travato, the mortgage guy. Well, Labor Day is come and gone, so that means we got to put away the seersuckers and get serious about ending the year strong. Today I want to talk to you about why now is such a great time to buy a home. As real estate agents and mortgage professionals, we have a clear understanding as to why that is. However, our buyers have a much different perspective. They're looking at prices of houses that continue to go up, the prices are very elevated, the interest rate is elevated, and the natural reaction is, well, maybe I'll just wait. And the question is, well, wait for what? Well, they want to wait for price of the houses to come down and lower interest rates. Well, let me take that one at a time. The prices of houses are not likely to go down anytime soon. And here's why. In Atlanta, we have 2 months or less of inventory, which means it's almost zero inventory. So in order for the price of houses to start coming down, they have to stop going up first. So we know that prices won't stop going up until we get to 6 months worth of inventory. So the inventory would have to triple from where it is today. And we know by what the National Association of Realtors are saying and what the National Association of Mortgage Bankers are saying, we're probably 5 to 10 years out from that happening, especially in the Atlanta market. So if we wait to buy a home, it's going to be more in the future than it is today, simply because of supply and demand and the low inventory. So waiting will cost you more money. Well, gee, I don't want to pay today's rate of 7.25%. I want to wait for rates to come down to 6.25% or 5.25%. Well, why isn't that a good idea? Well, what will happen is the rates come down, more people will enter the market, and that will drive the price of house even higher. So if you wait for the lower rate, that'll be great, but you'll end up paying more in the price of the house. Here's what the numbers say, right? We call it, you can pay it now or you can pay it later. We know now today's market rate is 7.25%. So if you buy a house for $500,000 and you put a 10% down payment, that's $50,000 down, you would need a mortgage of $450,000, which puts your monthly payment, your principal and interest, at 7.25% for $450,000 at $3,070 a month. That doesn't include taxes and insurance. That would be added to it, but principal and interest, $3,070 a month. Now, if you want to wait for a future lower rate, say a year from now, rates are 6.25%. Well, what does that look like? Well, 6.25% is lower. That's great. It's a point lower. But the price of the house, that same $500,000 house, is now going to be $550,000. So, okay, the same 10% down payment is now $55,000, which means you'll have to finance $495,000, but the rate is a whole point lower, 6.25%. That puts your monthly principal and interest at $3,048. So that's $22 less by waiting a year. However, you burned $50,000, or you're paying $50,000 more for the house. So you're costing yourself $50,000 by waiting for a lower payment to save $22 a month. Now, here's where it gets better. If you buy now in today's rate, you pay now, you know what you're going to pay, right? You pay it now, we know exactly what that amount is. Now, when rates come down, say they come down to 6.25%, well, you can refinance. So if your $450,000 mortgage a year from now, you refinance it at 6.25%, that puts your monthly payment at $2,771, right? Which is about $300 less a month than it would have been if you waited for a lower rate. So if you buy now compared to waiting in the future, your payment could be almost $300 a month less, and you'll have $50,000 worth of equity built up. That's why when you run the numbers and you look at the market and where we're going, that is why real estate agents and mortgage professionals keep saying now is a great time to buy. I'm Joe Travato. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.